Microsoft voted no when it comes to adding BTC to their books. We're going to talk XRP, excellent price action because the market's starting to rebound, along with Goldman Sachs saying they'll get into crypto if...
Due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
And don't mind me if I look a little grody. I just got done training for the third time today. But before we get into crypto news, your comments come first. Yeah, seriously, go back, look in the first segment. My shirt is soaked. Sandman Aussie says, sounds like Biden and his gimps want to screw over the Americans just to get one over on Trump. Absolute scumbags. From over the pond, thanks for keeping it real and regular. Yeah, I said over the pond once in a while. I should have said across the pond. Mr. Drunken Badger says, roller coasters are boring if they only go up. Enjoy the ride, bitches. You know where we're headed. I love that statement because you know what? Sometimes the sweetest tasting things in life are because you've experienced so much pain. I just recently did a 100K ultra marathon. It was some of the most painful experience I had afterwards because I totally messed up my feet. But you know what? It made the race worth it. It made it totally worth going through all that pain just to finish, just to get that sense of accomplishment. So you're right. Roller coasters are boring if they only go up. DJI Booted Real Estate, love the name, says, yo, Klaus, keep doing this great work. You're amongst the very few that explain to the viewers the connection between crypto and macro events. I appreciate that. I love sharing macro on here. By the way, speaking of macro, live stream, December 11th starts at 8 a.m., 8:30 a.m., CPI data. Don't miss out. Chat is lit AF. If you want to ask questions and so forth, that's the place. Keep doing the great, bro. Hope your channel becomes huge in the near future. If I keep working hard and if I keep taking care of the viewer, which is you, the channel will keep growing. Speaking of taking care of you, you want crypto coverage during Christmas? I got your bet covered. Look for coverage December, 24th and 25th. I'm not taking days off. Bitcoin sitting at 96,182. ETH is 3641. XRP, okay, we're down 9%, but we're at 216. So we're popping up from the $2 mark. So we're feeling better about that. Is it still like big time action? Yeah, when you zoom out, it's juicy, but it's off of the highs that we've been seeing recently. XLM, same thing, down 13%, fighting for that 40-cent mark. Rest of the market, pretty deep in the red. Bitcoin, though, faring the best. That's not what we want. When we were talking altcoin season here a few days ago, it was the alts that were roaring while BTC was doing a little. Now BTC's back to its old tricks. It goes down 1%. The rest of the alts go down 10%. What's part of the reason why we got some problems? Microsoft shareholders vote no on BTC reserves. What a letdown, everyone. And this was going to let us know if traditional finance within the stock market would be cool with adding a little bit of crypto to strategic reserves. The NCPPR submitted a pre-recorded video outlining their proposal. Microsoft can't afford to miss the technology wave, and BTC is that wave. The institutional and corporate adoption of Bitcoin is becoming more commonplace. Microsoft's second largest shareholder, BlackRock, offers its clients a BTC ETF. So even the biggest holders of Microsoft, like yes, BlackRock, are big into it. But guess what? It did not get the votes it needed. As such, the NCPPR recommended using between 1% and 5% of the firm's profits to purchase Bitcoin and conduct an assessment to determine if diversifying the company's balance sheet by including BTC is the best long-term strategy. But that was voted down. That is sad. Now, you have to ask yourselves, did they vote down because of the last several days of heavy market pressure? Because think about this. You're a voter, right? And you're like, yo, I own this stock. I own this, part of this company. We want to talk about reserves, BTC. And then you're looking at it and you're like, yo, but the market is freaking redder than shit, right? Yeah, that didn't help out at all. Because what if the market was green over these last 3 days? What if, and I know, what if we had the vote on December 3rd when the market was absolutely bonkers on fire? You think we would have gotten a yes vote then? What a letdown. But remember, Microsoft isn't the only one. And I've been reporting so often about new companies, countries, and states adding BTC to the strategic reserves. So it's only time for the real holders to come out. Goldman Sachs CEO considers BTC and ETH engagement if the U.S. regulatory landscape evolves. I'm bringing this up because I've told you, just because we voted these people in, there is money on the sidelines that says, you know what, we voted them in, but the regs still suck. And they're right, the regs still do suck. Leadership right now, it does still suck. Goldman Sachs is one of them. You talk about Microsoft, right, being a big whale that could help us out with some BTC crypto action. Goldman Sachs can do the same thing. Because remember, Goldman Sachs is like, yo, we don't really want to touch crypto. But now, Goldman Sachs is turning face. That's what I'm saying. You're going to have to eat some poop sandwich here because not everything is going to be all sunshine and rainbows. This roller coaster is not going to go up. As you've seen, we've had some down days here as of late, but we know where we're going because we can see the tide changing. This is what they say. During the recent Reuters Next conference, Goldman Sachs CEO David Solomon revealed the firm's openness to explore BTC and ETH opportunities. Solomon's remarks come as the regulatory landscape continues to evolve, with many anticipating significant changes that could facilitate more extensive engagement for financial institutions. Anticipation, right? Because it's not here. Solomon's insights reflect a broader trend as the financial industry awaits clear guidelines from regulators. This is what Solomon said. Now remember, this is a Goldman Sachs CEO in charge of a lot of money. And again, very similar to Microsoft situation where players are like, yo, we like crypto, but I don't know. It's still volatile. We don't have the regs. You still got Gensler in place. There's a lot of stuff we don't know about. This is what he said. The regulatory framework is going to evolve as we go forward. Operation Choke Point 2.0 and all this needs to go away first. And it's totally true. Totally true. You have a lot of money on the sidelines waiting for confirmation. And don't worry, we're going to talk XRP, XLM price action. But I want you to think about that. The pump that we've gotten from XRP from 50 cents to 216, from XLM sub 10 cents to now around 39, 40 cents. Look, that's the optimism priced in on the news that happened, right? The election changes, the appointing of new people, but you still got those bad people in play and you still have shitty regs. So the Goldman Sachs CEO is right. This is good, but it's not good enough for that stingy sideline money. Now you have to ask yourself, what happens to crypto prices, though, once that stingy, I'm going to say it all over and over again, stingy sideline money comes into play? Yeah, and that's a lot of money that could come into play. So my feeling is the prices you're seeing right now is nothing when these big players want to get in once we actually get the regs. Now, broad look at the market sees us right now at fear and greed of 76 for greed. We are right now 64 out of 100, so slightly into altcoin season. Yeah, the market cap is down a little bit, but it is still way higher than where we've been. But again, look at the top. Bitcoin down only 0.8% in the last 24. ETH down 3.5. BNB 5. Solana 4. XRP 8. So you see what I'm saying? We're kind of getting back to that old way, right, of where BTC is a bit more insulated than the rest of the alts. Now, XLM, we saw this. Scary moves here over the last 24 hours. Hanging out at 45 cents, and we really dropped down. Let's go to the 15-minute candlestick here, because remember, if it takes you more than 15 minutes to do what you need to do, it's taking you too long. This candlestick here is the scary one we need to pay attention to. 35.12 is what we touched on that candlestick, and then 36.8. So the market kind of came up, got a little bit more support here and here. Got pushed back down again, but look at these green candlesticks. This all came north of 36 cents. So right now, XLM's big fight is that 40-cent mark. But let's be real here. Are we going to get enough news to outdo or undo what the Democrats, right? What Biden, what all the gold bugs want to do in terms of crypto? That's going to be a hard one. Key is going to be good CPI data. Good CPI data means what, everyone? Jerome Powell can lower rates. Lowering rates helps what? Venture capital get into crypto, which is good because venture capital loves risky things like crypto. And it means retail, people like you and me, will have more money to spend on crypto. XRP, okay, the month chart looks good. When you look at the 7-day, you're like, oh, I don't like this. When you look at the 1-day, you're like, oh, I don't like this. Please give us more support. And that's what we're hoping for right now. Let's zoom into the 15-minute candlestick here for XRP and see if the chart looks the same. Very similar. When you look at XLM and XRP, very similar. And this is what bothers me. Remember when XRP and XLM were making their moves? XLM made their move first, right? It 5x'd first. And then XRP was kind of catching up behind it. Then XLM went down first, right, and was testing like the 40, 50 cent range. Then XRP started testing. So these moves have all been happening at different times, and their charts have looked different. But now you can see over the last little bit here, yep, they're looking nearly identical. The market is trading lockstep again, and that's not good for us, okay? What's good is when these cryptos do their own things and act independently. The best moves from Stellar, XLM, came real early here, right around November 22nd into the 23rd. The best moves for XRP, look at how different it is. The best moves for XRP came a week later, December 1st. Good when they're working on their own, but bad when they're lockstepping together. And right now you're seeing a lot of what we saw at the early part of November and before, when BTC was much more insulated compared to the rest of the alts. You know the deal. BTC goes up 5%, alts go up 1%. BTC goes down 1%, alts go down 5%. And you know I'm dedicated when I'm in my gross ass gym clothes, bringing you the news rather than taking a shower, because I wanted to share with you the Microsoft vote. That shows you the dedication I have to you, the viewer, and that's why your comments come first. So do the ladies. Well, if she answers my Snapchat tonight, we'll find out. In terms, though, of Goldman Sachs, it's something I've been saying for a while now. You're going to have tons of money. Money you can't even imagine. The move you see now is nothing. It is honestly nothing. The move you see now is by the most daring investors out there, and you know we're part of that, right? We're into that. But the Goldman Sachs, the Microsofts, the other stock companies out there that are going to be voting on BTC as strategic reserves, they're going to wait. They're going to wait for actual new and updated regs to take place. They're going to wait for Gensler to actually be gone and for Atkins to actually be in place. And this stuff is going to take time. It's not like on January 20th, all of a sudden Trump's going to take over and they're going to go into Congress and they're going to vote on new regs. We know that's not going to happen because that's not how the system works here in the United States. There's going to be some special interest groups. There's probably going to be a little bit of pork-ola, and it's going to take some time to rewrite the bills. And you're like, Klaus, why are they rewriting the bills? Because when the new session of Congress takes over, everything gets scrapped and we start from scratch. So now we're going to be rewriting everything, and they're going to rewrite everything very differently. And you're going to ask yourself, Klaus, why would they be rewriting stuff differently? Because before, when they were introducing crypto bills and crypto proposals, they had to appease both the Democrats and the Republicans, because you had a democratically controlled Senate, a Republican-controlled House, and a democratically controlled president. Well, now that everything is Republican House, Republican Senate, Republican presidency, they don't have to kowtow to any demands on this side over here. So, I know you're pissed off now. I know the price action sucks. I know it gave some of you out there chances to kind of bring some more bags into play, right? Buying on the dip. But we gotta wait for these losers to get out of office and for the new regs to take place. And in the meantime, as that's happening, CPI data is going to be coming in, rates are going to be coming down, and that's going to be overall bullish for the market. So we're looking forward to 2025 being juicy, but we're going to have to eat a little bit of a shit sandwich to get there. And I love the quote from the beginning. That's why I seriously handpick. I personally handpick all those quotes. Roller coasters aren't fun if they go up. It's true. Sometimes the best things in life are tasted, touched, and felt because you've gone through some bad times. Choo-choo, bitches.